Hey guys, it's Mac. I got a 2014 Chevy Cruze Diesel. Wanted to tell some people about some of the issues I've had. I've searched YouTube for some issues that I've had, and some of them I couldn't find. So, got a 2014 Cruze Diesel. It's got 102,000 on it right now. Me and the wife bought it brand new back in June of 2014. So we just had it 3 years. It just rolled about 3 years here. Bought it, had 112 miles on it, something like that. So we put a lot of miles on it in 3 years. We drive a lot, kids, sports. I work for the railroad, just stupid shit like that. But anyway, I got some issues. The DEF system on this thing is a piece of crap. I've had issues where O2 sensor goes out, and 2 or 3 other sensors failed. The diesel particulate matter sensor failed. There was 2 O2 sensors, and all that failing caused the DPF filter to clog. Well, with all that happening, those 3 sensors, the filter clogged. That's $890 to get fixed from the dealership, which at this time we was about 75 to 80,000 miles on the car, and I still had emission warranty on the car, but the bumper to bumper was over, and I guess those sensors and the DPF filter have nothing to do with the emission somehow, because the emission only covers the catalytic converter, which I think is total bullshit. Because every sensor on there, all this DPF shit is all emission, EPA bullshit. So I got the bill, $890, and I called the warranty people and started bitching about it, you know, because I mean, this is, you know, the car was 2.5 years old, 2 years old, something like that at the time, and I'm gonna have to sink almost $1,000 into the damn thing. You know, 80,000 miles, especially on a diesel, I wouldn't think is jack shit. So, you know, we always do all the maintenance on it, the oil change. You know, we keep up on that. The fuel filter, all that bullshit, it's all changed all the time. We keep up on maintenance. So, which none of that has to do with the DPF shit. So, but anyway, I bitched at the warranty people, and they did cover half the cost, so I was only out $440, some shit like that. But we was down without the car for, you know, a week. If this does happen, you know, it will tell you diesel exhaust temp too high, and it'll go in limp mode and all that bullshit, and that's what it did. So that's one of the major issues we've had with it. Another issue was the check engine light come on, and it was the DEF tank heater sensor. There was something wrong with it. Well, I was getting ready to take it back to the dealership, and we got a letter in the mail saying this sensor was faulty, and they were doing a warranty out on them, a recall pretty much. So luckily we didn't have to spend no money on that. They did go ahead and replace the whole tank heater, or the whole tank assembly, the DEF tank. They swapped out the whole tank. I don't know if it's all one piece or what, so they did swap that out. So they fixed that. As far as that, you know, that was 80,000 miles, around 80,000, 85,000, something like that. So, you know, we're at 102 now. We haven't had any more issues with the DEF yet, but I guarantee we will. And it's nothing that we're doing, you know, that's causing this. You know, I mean, we do drive the car. That's what we bought the piece of shit for, is to drive it. So that's what we do with it. There's not a lot of city driving. We drive a lot of interstate, you know, higher speeds, 70, 80 mile an hour all the time. So I don't know, man. I am thinking about getting the DEF delete on it, especially if it happens again, because if I pay for that again, I would already had enough to pay for a delete on it, and you won't have to worry about that shit. Oil changes on this car, $100 every time I change the oil. because it's got to run the dextrose 2, and there's no dextrose 2 out in the United States that I've found yet, besides the shit you get from the dealer. And you get, if you've ever bought that oil and actually seen the jugs of oil, it's all in Chinese. It's all Chinese lettering. You can't buy the shit besides the dealership. I've priced it just to do it myself, and it's about 70 to 80 bucks. So I spend the extra and have someone else do it because it is a bitch to change. The stupid oil filter is a bitch to get to. So another issue we've had, and this was recently, probably a month ago, my wife does use the OnStar app a lot, you know, to remote start the car because it has a remote start on it. And never had an issue until about a month ago. She started the car, and if you don't go out there and put the key in it and start it, turn it to start position, it will time out and shut off after, I think, 10 minutes. And that's what happened. It timed out and it shut off. Well, so she went out there to start the car, nothing. I mean, it wouldn't crank, nothing. It was like the battery was dead. But it was showing good voltage on the battery here. She didn't meter it at the time. I was out of town, I worked the railroad, I'm gone 8 days, so. She tried to jump start it, it still wouldn't do anything because it had the voltage, so it wasn't the battery. And so we was thinking maybe the starter went out. Well, usually if you have starter issues, you're gonna know it because it's going to, you're gonna have issues with it. It's not just gonna quit. I've never had one just quit like that anyway. So I get home, I meter the battery, the voltage there. I meter the starter, the voltage to the starter, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm getting ready to pull the starter off, and I was dreading doing it. I didn't want to do it. So I went inside, took a break, was thinking, I talked to my wife. I'm like, you started this with the app, right? She's like, yeah. I said, it started? She's like, yeah, it started. You know, it just, it timed out. I didn't make it out there in time, you know, to put the key in it. So I started thinking, I'm like, well, fuck, maybe something didn't reset. You know, there's all this electronics on these cars. There's relays after relays, and if something didn't reset, that son of a bitch ain't gonna start. So, luckily, knock on wood, I thought about it before I pulled the starter off, because I'd have been really pissed if I'd pulled the starter off and it'd been good. I just pulled the battery for 10 minutes, put it back on, and something started right up. Have not had a problem with it since. You know, I told her I recommend not using that stupid ass app anymore, but, you know, whatever. If she does, that's fine. It's no big deal. We know what the issue is. So, luckily, knock on wood, it wasn't the starter. Something just did not reset. I have no clue what it was. I don't have the knowledge to troubleshoot all that bullshit. I got your basic knowledge, man. I can change the starter, change the oil, change tires, change an alternator, shit like that, but I'm not, all these electronics on this new shit, I can't diagnose it. But that's all, man. I just wanted to give people a heads up, because I did search on YouTube and the internet for that issue with the whole car not starting. You know, I did find some things, and people were finding crank position sensors, stuff like that, because they use an output on there that if what tells the car to start. So if it's screwed up, it's like the car thinks it's still running, which it's not. So, you know, hell, I didn't know where to start. So, and I didn't really want to take a shop. I hate dumping money into a car that's only 3 years old. I understand it's got 100,000 miles on it now, but son of a bitch, this thing's a diesel. It shouldn't have these issues. You know, knock on wood, we have not had any issues with the motor, transmission, none of that stuff. Just the DEF shit, and, you know, just that one issue with the starting it on the app. I'm probably going to keep this car until some bitch falls apart, because it ain't worth jack shit. We still owe probably $15,000 on it, and since we've rolled over $100,000, this car's only worth $9,000 clean retail. Trade-in's worth like $6,000, so it ain't worth jack shit. If you plan on buying one of these as an investment, or think you're going to get your money back out of it, you're not going to. Even before we had 40,000 miles on it, we was going to trade it in. They were going to give us like $12,000 for it. You know, clean retail was like $15,000, something like that. I mean, they do not hold their value at all. I will not buy another car brand new. If I buy something, it'll be a truck or SUV, because they'll half-ass hold their value. But I appreciate it. Let me know if this helps anybody, because I would like to, you know, seen this starting issue on YouTube, so I wouldn't have been pulling my hair out. But just want to give people a heads up. I appreciate it. I go to YouTube a lot just to search shit if there's problems I'm coming across that I don't know what they are. So I appreciate it. See ya.